Hello, and today we'll be playing Remember the Flowers. We're going to go ahead and start chapter 10 now. I found some pre-made trays of food stacked in the refrigerator. Rita told me that there were rations for people wanting to save some cash. Despite being glorified TV dinners, they're actually not bad. In fact, the one I'm eating tastes pretty good. Even though it's vacuum sealed, the meat and vegetables were preserved well. The microwave-like device didn't overcook them at all either. Guess whoever runs this joint is capable of caring for their workers. I assume it's this Titania that Vita name dropped the other day. I wonder what they're like. I'd assume relatively decent if they went to all this trouble to fund a covert resistance. I look at the wall while I swirl my mashed potatoes, getting lost in thought. I really should try to find out if CAI has any sort of journal function. Boo! Rose jumps out from below the other side of the table, causing me to sling some potatoes across. I can feel my artificially enhanced heart beat faster. Jesus, Rose, what the hell? Sorry, just wanted to make sure you're still alive. You keep that up, and I won't be. I'm not exactly young, you know. Yeah, you're like, what, a bajillion years old? Something closer to 328, I think. Glad to see your sense of humor survive this long. Not. Hard. Rose sloppily pulls up a chair and sits with me. Oh, can I have some? No. Please. Rose, you're a big girl. You can make a tray yourself. I'm hungry. Fine. Rose starts to nervously set up her own food in the microwave. I go back to eating my own. Eventually, I sense that she's right behind me, mainly due to the fact that she starts poking my shaved head. Whoa, gnarly. You do this yourself? I can tell. She starts to feel the shaved hairs, but then I move my hand away. You're not allowed to touch Vita's orders. Oh, yikes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm still on their shit list. Is it because of the arm you broke? Fuck, is it that noticeable? Rose, you told us about it like a week ago. Oh, whoops. Yeah, my memory's not that great. I can relate. I'm kinda stunned. I barely know this woman, but it seems like we're messing pretty well. She was kinda nice to me while transporting, I think. I can't recall much except, oh right, the things I wanted to ask. Hey, so I do have some serious things I want to talk to you about. Do you want to wait till we get to the gym? Mm-hmm. Naina affirms with a mouthful of ham. I rest my cheek on my hand for a moment, sipping some water. If you gave me your ID, you could have tested and told me to make you one of those, you know? Rose takes a hearty sip of water before exhaling. Huh, sorry, Sai, but I still want to be at least a little bit cautious. I'm a bit surprised Aaron gave you his already. Candle too. I said casually, but Rose still looks shocked. He did too? Yeah, he wanted to put his ID in my accent so we could talk if I needed him. Damn. Rose taps the table with one of her mechanical fingers. Well, maybe someday I'll give you mine. I don't really use my accent anyway. Where is it? I don't see one. She presents her prosthetic arm to me and support above the wrist. I get this thing repaired like once every few months. And makes using it as an axiom kind of annoying. I just keep everything personal to me at home. Have you thought about just taking better care of it? You'll find that I don't think about a lot of things. Fair enough. Rose finishes scarfing down her tray of food before she takes my half-eaten tray and throws them both away. I wasn't done with that. Sorry, Sai, but we got work to do. She starts gesturing for me to get up. What? Why? The therapy. Remember, Vita sent me over a good routine for you to do for the next few months. I did make some tweaks, though. She starts flexing her metal hand as if she's getting excited. I've been operating on numerous times, but this is the first time in a long while that I felt an inkling of fear. I assume we'll head to your gym, then. Yepper. Come on, let's go. Okay, give me a sec. I get up from my chair and stretch. Rose takes the opportunity to grab my hand and starts dragging me along. Hey, be careful, unlike your arm, mine doesn't come off easily. Don't worry, we can fix that. What? Rose keeps me close while we're walking through town near the base. She made it a point that I wear Lance's hoodie on the way. Everything okay? Just making sure only the right people see you. We're gonna head in through the back. Every now and then someone talks to her as we walk by. She keeps me on the opposite side of her, towards the wall. If this was a bad idea, we could have just done it at the base. Most of the equipment I have is here. It would be a hassle to bring them back and forth every day. Surprised you don't have a capsule port thing here. You kidding? You know how expensive those are? Not a clue, if I'm honest. Speaking of honesty, do you want some help with your hair later? It looks like shit, no offense. Her bluntness catches me off guard. I can't help but let out an exhale. That's rude, but not wrong. I used to shave my head back in the day, but that was years ago. Good thing you have me. I handle the hair of a lot of people at work and some at the gym if I have time. How much do you charge? About 50 plumes, but I'll let it slide for you. You don't have to give me special treatment. I have some gas for Aaron. So I usually do 75 plumes a session. Are you seriously trying to scam someone who barely has any money? It was worth a shot. Right. Rose starts cackling as he takes me through the back entrance of the gym. Welcome to the inner gym, Cyrus, run by yours truly. Hyena presents the gym with a bit of pizzazz. There are a few people who look our way and wave, but most just stick to working out. For some reason, I start feeling anxious. Don't worry, they're harmless. Well, not entirely. They could probably whip you in half if they wanted. Okay, thanks. Rose snickers before pulling me toward another room. My office is over here. We can go over everything privately before putting you to work. Alright. Can you cool it with the yanking? I can still walk, you know? That's not what Axel told me. He said he had to carry you home the other day. Hey, come on, it was an emergency. Must have been. He's usually pretty wary about physical contact nowadays. Rose doesn't give me a chance to ask why before she flings me into her office. Well, what do you think? She gives her office the same introduction as her gym, jazz hands. I think I'm starting to get a headache. It just looks like a normal office I baked with some tools thrown about. Not nearly as messy as I would have thought. She has a desk with a bunch of papers on it, along with a couple of wacky couches nearby. It's an office? I don't know what you want me to say. Looks usable, I guess. Glad to hear it. It's also been vacuum sealed from the outside so no one can hear us. Yeah? Why is that? When the gang comes in, we need a place to chat. Aaron's bar has a basement we sometimes use too. Rose leans in close to me. Sometimes we have meetings we don't want our boss to find out about. Oh. She stands straight back up and points to the accent on her prosthetic arm. I want to give you some tips to being secret around here. Number one, keep in mind that Axiom has some and the best protection you'll find. Kendall's tried his damnedest, but even he can't hack into it. Oh, okay. Number 2. Keep an eye on body language. We each have a secret sign we use when we need to meet in private. Slow down. The hyena, in fact, does not slow down and continues to list off a myriad of ways to maneuver being outside of the base. It's not the kind of training I had in mind. I just try to nod along without interrupting. You get all that? I got like 25% of it. Better than my test at school, at least. Don't worry, there's plenty of time. Not like you'll be out and about without us that often. How are you feeling about all this, okay? This hyena talks too fast. I'm starting to get a headache just from trying to understand her. Rose, are you like, okay? Me? Yeah. Why? What's up? I can't tell if you're always this over enthusiastic or if you're trying to cover up your anxiety by being so manic. That gets her to keep her mouth shut for a moment. Just a moment, though. What can I say? I wanted to make sure you're okay. I thought I was, but I'm kind of getting overwhelmed with everything right now. Can we please go a little slower? I have some questions I wanted to ask you, too. Rose finishes with her prosthetic arm. Sure, maybe after we start working out. Why didn't you stop Lance from leaving? Naina freezes. Lance, a bit complicated. Didn't tell me I promise not to get mad. I'm just curious. You didn't let Kanto or Aaron know about him. I had to tell them he was there. Rose doesn't respond right away. When she does, I'm surprised she still sounds sort of chipper. Well, I didn't want to make Aaron sad. He really blames himself for what happened to both Xavier and Lance. Rose walks over to her desk, sliding her paw over it as he passes it. You want to know what I think about Lance too, do you? I do, if that's all right. I suppose you have the right to know. You did up and sell you. She starts tapping the desk with her metal fingers, which makes an unnatural thumping sound. Compared to Kanto or even Aaron, I don't think I necessarily hate him. Don't get me wrong, he's a piece of shit, but... She starts tapping. I think I just pity him too much to really hate the guy. He's just really pathetic. Rose turns to face me. She's smiling, but her eyes have a hint of sadness. The last time I saw him was years ago, after he saw Xavier. I was so mad that I smashed his face in. She pauses. Even then, I don't remember the last time I saw Aaron that mad. Honestly, I'm surprised Lance is still alive. I guess cockroaches really can live through anything. Do you like Xavier? Not as much as Aaron, but yeah, I did. Xavier had been through a lot, but he was always the first to try to smile no matter what. He was really thankful for Aaron saving him and for us protecting him. Well, trying to protect him anyway. Give her a moment. Besides, I think there's something you should know about Aaron. He really loved Xavier, and Xavier loved him back. They became inseparable. After Reggie died, I think Lance grew more and more envious of their relationship. They even moved in with each other. Rose hesitates to continue. I know you've been through a lot, maybe even more than Xavier. That's why I have a personal request. What is it? I want you to be patient with Aaron, if you can. I can already tell he's being pretty protective over you. It's nearly got him in trouble with our boss. He just doesn't want another Xavier to happen. Rose scratches the back of her head. None of us do, if I'm honest. If you need any help, please don't hesitate to ask. I'll have you know I'm pretty good at bashing people's faces in. And I don't doubt I do appreciate it, although I saw the first my twig of my arm. Wouldn't mind being able to protect myself if I needed to. Well, you came to the right place, but before all that, Rose pulls up her office chair to sit at her desk. Is there anything else you want to ask? She gestures towards one of the couches. I make my way over to plop down on one. It's a bit tattered, but pretty comfortable. Well, actually that is, since you mentioned Xavier. Oh yeah? What? Before I continue, I do want to make it clear that I'm not entirely sure what happened to him. However, want your opinion as to whether or not I should talk to Aaron about what I know. What is that? Call it instinct, but I feel like he's the kind of guy to abandon all reason to help someone in need. That certainly sounds like him. That's what worries me. I don't want to give him false hope only for it to be pointless. I guess that depends on what you know then, huh? Yeah. Do you want to tell me? It takes me a moment to answer. I don't want I don't think Rose is the kind of person to go around gossiping. Hell, she didn't even let the crew know about Lance. I know her rough and somewhat immature exterior. I think she's actually pretty pragmatic and cautious. She hasn't even told me her real name yet. She actively worked around having me air her to my accent as well. Xavier might still be alive, but it's a bit might. I don't know where I don't know where he is or what they've done with him. I close my eyes and try to focus. I remember hearing about him when Resman got him back. They mentioned taking him somewhere new, where he wouldn't be able to get out. I swallow. Somewhere that anyone who escapes can look forward to should they be caught. That won't happen to you, Sai. We'll make sure of it. Rose tries to comfort me. I didn't realize it, but I'm starting to shake. I take a breath to calm myself. I hope not. Regardless, I don't want to let that fear control my life. I lean back against the couch and stare up at the ceiling. Even though my emotions are rather stunted, I want to at least try to live normally. Well, as normally as I can. All sorts of clap, which makes me look at her. Quite the speech, Si. It takes fortitude to still have the will to live after everything. I'm not sure if I'd go that far. Honestly, it might be more of a spite at this point, a big fuck you to Resm and whatnot. Spite is a hell of a motivator. I know I wouldn't have gotten this far without it. Oh yeah? Why's that? Oh well. Rose looks over to a clock on the wall. That might be a story for another time. We really should get started soon. Rita will get pissed if we're just killing time like this. You're really scared of them, aren't you? Terrified, but that's what I like about them. Rose shivers playfully. You should see them when they get really mad. Actually, no, you shouldn't. I will do my best to stay on their good side then. That's harder than you think, but I wish you luck nonetheless. Rose gestures for me to go over to her. Come here, let me put my idea in your axiom. We can chat through all the hours of the night if you want. Really? Are you sure? I'm not very smart, but I like to think I have fairly good instincts. I can usually tell when people are lying or not, although Aaron's better at that than I am. You can tell people's heart rate. Pretty much. When you were telling me about wanting to protect Aaron's feelings, I knew you were being genuine. Aaron means a lot to me, Cyrus. I don't want him to hurt anymore either. She starts gesturing me over faster. Now come on, let me show you my awesome name. I can't help but crack a smile. Well, real woman, I like her. It takes me some effort to get off the couch. I didn't realize how much I suck in it. Be right there. Cut this man some slack, would you? Oh, please. We'll get some fire back in your step before you know it. She cackles to herself as I walk over. I present my axiom to her with the ID screen open. He really gave you his axiom, huh? Whose? The screen is a lot weirder than the rest I've seen. How do I add it? She ignores me as she fumbles with her own axiom. Here, I think I can do it like this. She slides her screen towards my direction, causing a profile to pop up. Now don't laugh, I know it's not the most unique name, but that's the beauty of code names. Rose says with a hint of bashfulness. Let's see. Karen Streiser? That's me. Cool, right? You're flip-flopping, you know that? I really can't get a wheel on you. So it's cool, I guess. Pretty too. I'll stop. You gotta make me blush. She puts me in close so she can give me a noogie. Gotta keep you on your toes, Silas Cantwell. Hey, stop. My hair is already a mess as it is. So true, after we have a good workout, then we tidy it up. The first step is on me. How kind of you. Can you let me go now? Nope, let's go. She keeps being close to her as she stands up. Her hands are really, really hard. That pit of anxiety starts to grow in my stomach again. What is this crazy woman going to have me do? To my surprise, Karen is actually pretty gentle with her training. She gives me some weights to try curling and lets me rest frequently. She cheers a little. She cheers a little too much though. The rest of the gym goers keep glancing over at me. I guess I can't blame them. Karen gave me some spare workout clothes, which makes me stand out. It's a tiny top and some gym shorts. Not a very concealing outfit, which lends to the gawking. Karen snarls at them to focus on their own resumes, which gets them to start looking. I appreciate that. By the way, why is this called the inner gym? Oh, there are machines in the basement that store energy. The kinetic movement the exercise equipment produces helps to charge batteries down below. Karen points to a line working out. He's using one of the machines when you pull the line as far as you can away from the wall. A lot of the tech we have nowadays is powered by this stuff like this. It's a lot cleaner and not nearly as expensive as low sort tech. Huh? The line working out lets go of the rope, causing it to violently fly back into the machine. He's sweating quite a lot and panting. It's quite intense to charge certain batteries. We figured we could kill two birds with one stone by letting people work out along with making extra energy. Are there other builders like this? Loads. Some people even make a living just by working out like this. I see. I didn't think it was a chain. Kind of. This one in my specific property though, along with the garage next door. I was wondering what all those tools were for. I take it you're a mechanic? Sometimes, yeah. That's enough yapping though. We got work to do. Yes, ma'am. She continues to be gentle with me as she gives me gear. Not overprotective like Aaron, but she's definitely aware of how much I'm able to handle. She spots me when I try to bench press 10 pounds. It's a bit embarrassing that I can barely do that. Baby steps, I guess. We work out for a few more hours. It's honestly kind of fun, helps the time fly by. I'm exhausted by the end of it, a good kind of exhausted. Beats being operated on, that's for sure. Karen hands me a wet towel and some water. Drink slowly. It's kind of strong. I guess it's the really thick water. Thanks. What is this stuff anyway? I smack my lips after taking a sip. It's just a vitamin infused blend I came up with a few years ago. I'll give you some more energy as you rest. Oh, you made this concoction? Sure did. Wow, that's impressive. What did I say about making me blush? She moves in for another noogie, but instead goes to just ruffle my sweaty hair. Rita says we should do this a few times a week. Is that alright with you? I don't see why not. It's not like I have anything planned for the immediate future. Cool. If we have time later, I can show you what I'm working on next door. Sounds like someone just wants free labor. Ah, I knew you were a smart guy. Glad you catch on fast. Right. Diana starts to cackle again. I can't help but chuckle under my breath. We rest for a little while longer before she starts beckoning me back into her office. Oh no, what? Time for your haircut. Oh fuck. Well, how bad could it be? With a bit of reluctance, I bobble my way over to her. I'll do it in the garage next door. That's where I keep all my equipment. I put my jacket back on with a bit of worry. Can't wait. She's actually quite professional. Well, professional as a barber shop can be in an auto shop, I guess. She wastes no time washing my hair before starting to trim it. Gonna get rid of all these split ends first. Do you want to try saving the rest of it down? Honestly, I'm not too sure. I haven't thought about doing my hair in quite a while. My old haircut was touching up my shaved sides. A hyena starts to dry my hair before brushing it back down. Want me to try to do that on this side? At least, just having this part stay down is not a good look. I'm not exactly sure what styles are in right now, as you can imagine. If you want, I could let you decide. Well, if you want to keep the length, I could just save this side, some of the back, and trim up the bangs. Sounds like a good plan, just like as good a plan as any. Go nuts. She starts to snip her scissors with a bit of chaotic energy. Though you never say so. There's some part of me that still thinks this could be the most gruesome operation to date. She wastes no time getting out of the razors and starts on the side of my head, because he's rather gentle once she actually gets to work. She makes sure to be wary of the stitches and carefully saves the hair around them. The familiar feeling of a saved head starts to hit me. It's nostalgic. Karen takes in a deep breath once he finishes. Phew, remind me not to work on someone fresh out of surgery again. Don't worry, I won't tell Vita about it. You kidding? I'm sure they'll be able to tell as soon as you see them. Oh well. I can tell you really wanted this. Maybe. She starts to hum as she methodically snips away more and more hair. My worries start to fade away. The exhaustion of the earlier workout makes me want to fall asleep. I try to keep myself up a little while longer. My sleep schedule is messed up as it is. And here, let's get you to a mirror. She heaves out a prideful huff as she hastily brushes the excess hair off. I don't have a moment to protest before she sits me across the room. My bangs are a lot shorter now, but they frame my face much better. The safe side looks a lot better than whatever Vita improvised. I run my fingers through it, feeling the familiar sensation after centuries. It looks really good. I guess I shouldn't be surprised anymore. You're pretty capable. Oh, sus, I'm just glad you like it. Just remember, next time I'll charge you. Oh, I'm aware. Hopefully by then I'll have picked up a part-time job or something. You sure that's a good idea? No clue. We'll have to see, I guess. For the first time in a long while, my future is a mystery to me. Who knows what might happen? Well, you should try to take it easy for a little while, at least until you get some strength back. She wraps the towel she had around my shoulders and helps me up. I was going to see if you want to help me with some calls now that we have some free time, but you look pretty worn out. Yeah, I can't deny that. When do you want me to come over again? Rita says every 3 days for the next month. After that, if all goes well, just 2 times a week. Well, yeah, we can work on calls one of those days. Ooh, thanks, Sai. I appreciate the help. No worries, but yeah, I would like to get home and take a shower. No time like the present. Naina starts to drag me around again. I feel like I'm basically a rag doll, so I just go with the flow. Yes, ma'am. She freezes after opening the door back to the gym, letting go of my hand. Ring? They both are surprised as the orange half-dragon greets us on the other side. Ah, you are here. Good. I came to pick up Cyrus. Oh, I was just about to head over with him. Well, you still have work, right? For a few more hours, why? Aaron wanted me to bring the old man over to the bar for a bit. He said he has something for us to do. Can it wait? Cyrus is pretty tuckered out. Work hard, huh? You could say that. Kind of pathetic that I could barely bench 10 pounds, though. Just take it slow. No need to rush when you've got all the time in the world. Between you and me, I think I've had a little too much time. Handle chuckles after that. What a problem to have. If it's 2 months, I'm sure Aaron will understand. He's a big softy after all. There he is. I'll see you soon, Cyrus. Remember to get lots of rest and take your vitamins. Sure, I'll need to find some first. Keep your hood up while we're out. It's a few minutes to the capsule station. Remember where it is, right? Vaguely, I assume the XM has a map if I ever get lost. It should. You'll get used to the routes soon enough. I think you're relying on my memory a bit too much there. Trust me, I'd avoid it if I could. Come on, let's get going. I now put my hood up, waving goodbye to Karen before making my way through the city for Kanto. I'm not sure I'll ever get used to these capsule machines. The heat of the desert is quickly replaced with the cold of the mountain. I don't know how he could stand living up here. Kanto is taking a lot more than I am. That gets me curious as we're walking through fresh snow. Say, are you cold-blooded or warm-blooded? Kanto takes a moment, but not before letting out an annoyed grunt. Mainly warm-blooded. Some parts of me have cold blood, like my tail and a few organs. Oh, I never knew hybrids work like that. There aren't many of us around. I'm not surprised. I was going to say, I don't think I've ever met one before. Back when I was learning medicine, I came across a few articles about them. That was centuries ago, though. All I can recall is how difficult it can be to treat them. Why? What's it to you? It's kind of curious, I guess. Well, I may be afraid, but you definitely beat me by a long shot. I got my head to the side. I wasn't aware this was a competition. At least whatever remains of my social skills to deduce where I should stop. To deduce I have to start talking. Oh well, gives me a moment to take it in scenery. It's cold and cloudy, but there's still a lot of people walking around. Wonder where we are. Bring my XM out to try to find a map. Since we're in public, I decided to turn the mental link back on. Yes, operator. How may I help you? Is there a map function that I could use? I want to see where we are. One moment, please. CAI switches on a map of the nearby area. I tried pinching the screen to zoom out. Yeah, this is definitely the United States, or rather what's left of it. It's familiar, but also different. There aren't any state divisions, at least not on this one. Even so, I'd say we're somewhere in what is left of Alaska. There are several holes on the map. I assume those were left by the seven stars. Just the thought of that makes me feel queasy. I slide my XM screen off again. CAI, disable mental link, please. Mr. Operator. I shake my head to try to get rid of those nasty thoughts. Instead, I try to think of something more comforting. It was the first thing that comes to mind. I wonder why Aaron would want to live so far away. It must be a safety thing. Wouldn't be surprised if his condo is safer than the underground base. Surely some people from Resume would know about it. I'm already stressing. Karen's right. I should take it easy. Against my better judgment, I'll try talking to Kanto again. We walked a few blocks. Are we almost there? Almost. Have y'all thought of setting up capsule ports where you work? Not a good idea. This way, if anyone from Resume ports through town, we can try to make a getaway. Oh, that makes sense. We learned that lesson the hard way. What about the ones to your houses? Those aren't connected to the public grids. I see. Kanto starts to look at me before pointing at the building with a bright neon sign. There's a barn. There's a building at the end of the street. Starlight Road. Kind of a real name. Yeah, you didn't want to change it after buying it. You really turned it around. It's one of the busiest places in town on the weekend. Hell, I'll sometimes pour over here just to have a good time. Dang, you drink at all? Sometimes being part cat makes it difficult. I'm kind of a lightweight. I could see that Damien wasn't about to keep a lot down either. Who's Damien? Oh. Guess my ex, although we never technically broke up. Before the fall. Anna Kanto looks at the ground for a moment. While we're here, I'll get you a drink to celebrate being a bachelor again. I furrow my brows. I can't tell if he's trying to lighten the mood or if he's being a dick. Kanto rolls his eyes. It was a joke. Oh, okay. The dragon grumbles. Come on, hurry up. It's cold out here. Either way. Before we set foot into the bar, Kanto gets his boots clean of snow. I do the same. I'm glad mine are closed toe. I bet those open toe boots get mad cold. Not having claws has its perks. When Kanto opens the door to the bar, I'm surprised by how loud it is inside. It reminds me more of a dance club than a pub. Kanto holds my arm as we make our way through. He starts yelling in my direction. I can barely hear him. It's usually like this on Saturdays. Stay close. Okay. I cough, not used to raising my voice. Kanto is an expert at navigating through the crowd. This place is a lot bigger than I thought. Eventually, we make our way to an empty section of the bar. A familiar target has his back turned to us as he's busy organizing his inventory. Hey, Axel! Ellen's ears flick as he looks behind us. Oh, there you are. Here, come down to the end. Kanto leads me down a bit further. I'm glad I'm getting distracted by all the flashing lights and people dancing. It's a little more quiet down here, thankfully. As fun as this place looks, it's a bit too noisy for me. Sorry to bring you both down here. I appreciate you coming. Kanto pulls up a stool for me before sitting on his own. How gentlemanly. Why is it so empty over here? This is the VIP section. If you're ever in town, feel free to show up. I always have a spot for you. Oh, thank you, Ellen. I'll keep that in mind. So what is it you wanted to talk about? We cut straight to the point. Well, you see, I have a request for both of you. Kanto grunts in surprise. You know, I'm supposed to be on leave. I know, but this is a personal request. You don't have to do it, but I appreciate the help. Ellen slides a drink into Kanto. Please. Kanto groans before taking the drink. Ellen smiles. What about you, Silas? Do you want anything? Just some water. I guess I'm not familiar with modern cocktails. Not really in the mood to drink either. Come right up. The talker spins around to grab a glass. It's been a little over the top. It was just water. Not really in the mood to drink either. Come right up. The talker spins around to grab a glass. He's being a little over the top. It's just water. He balances a cup on a claw as he grabs his soda gun, filling it up while still keeping it steady. Soon after he slides it my way, but not before putting a little paper umbrella in it for good measure. It's so silly that I can't help but chuckle. Wow, thanks, Evan. You don't have to do all that, though. It's just water. When I'm on the clock, I do. He says as he shoots me a finger gun. I see. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Kanto groans loudly. You're both so corny. Thank you. Get to the point. Okay. Aaron pulls out a piece of paper and slides it towards us. I think it's a list, but I can barely read it. The fact of the matter is, we have someone renting out the place tomorrow night. I know it's sudden, but I need help getting supplies. They want to throw a party. Why can't you just order them yourself? I would, but my night manager called out earlier today. I wouldn't be able to run home to get them. Can't you just have them delivered here or at the base? Aaron looked worried. Ideally, I'd like to keep the supplies in the basement, but I don't know when I get the chance to go down there. Huh? Cantor leans in closer to whisper something. We call the base the basement while we're out. Oh. If you could get those supplies and bring them down, I appreciate it. I also need help setting up everything tomorrow. After that is your call. I think you have a good time specifically, Ray. Cantor raises an eyebrow before taking another sip of his drink. I will reimburse you for everything, obviously. What do you say? The dragon taps the bar with his clawed finger. Fine. But can you send the list to my Axum? You know I can't read your chicken scratch. What, really? I've been practicing more. He looks a bit disappointed. It might be time to let go. It might be time to let it go, boss. Aaron grumbles seriously and decides to chime in. I could teach you if you want it, although I feel like the Axum is more convenient. Really, Cyrus? You do that for me? It's not that big of a deal, plus it's the least I can do. Aaron starts getting excited. Nonsense, you wouldn't believe how hard it is to find a writing tutor around here. I'll be happy to pay for your services. Let's take this one step at a time. Apparently music and the workout from earlier are starting to take a toll on me. I don't even know if I can go out shopping. Thankfully, Kanto steps in. Axel, Cyrus had a pretty extensive session with Rose earlier. I can buy everything myself. I'll drop them off in the basement later. Oh, that's right. You started therapy today. Sorry, Cyrus. It slipped my mind. It's okay. I'm feeling pretty tired, though. It's been a hot minute since I exercised. A hot minute? Another way to say it's been a while. In that case, Ring, you sure you'll be okay? It is a decent amount of stuff. Sure, I'm already here. Might as well kill some time before I head home. Kanto finishes his drink before standing up. I appreciate it if another drink was waiting for me when I get back, however. Consider it done. Mind taking Cyrus home? Was already planning to. You alright to go, Cyrus? Sure, just let me finish this water. Kanto grumbles before sitting back down. Soon after, he and Aaron start talking about this or that. They use this as an opportunity to look around. Damn, it's packed in here. The dance floor is on the other side of the building. There's a stage where pole dancers are performing as well. A snow leopard catches my eye. He's really good. What, Si? You want to go dancing? Kanto turns around and catches my attention. Oh, another day, some other time, maybe. Can't remember the last time I stepped foot in a bar like this. It's nostalgic. A smile creeps up my lips. I like to, though, for old time's sake. Kanto drops his smarmy attitude and turns to look at the dance floor. Haven't danced in a while either, maybe tomorrow. You have to tell me what dancers are in right now. Huh. Like I'm any good at dancing. Hurry up and finish your drink. Yes, sir. Kanto gets me back to the capsule station and helps me get home. He's staying in town for a bit to get the shopping done, so it's just me for the rest of the afternoon. Oh well, nothing to complain about. My social battery is empty. It's pretty empty after all that. It takes a little longer than usual for me to get back to the break room. It's more worn out than I originally thought. Along the way, a few people ask if I need any help. Using a while for support doesn't make me look any better. I just say no, thank you, and assure them that I'm just tired. Emma will probably be mad at me, but I don't think it's worth bothering people over. To be fair, I have every right to say I've been through worse. When I finally make it back to the break room, I immediately make a beeline to the faucet. The tap water here tastes richer than I thought. Maybe I'm just that dehydrated with my thirst is probably quenched, I decide to look for a meal. Maxim says it's a little after 5 p.m. It's earlier than I usually eat, but I basically skipped lunch. I'll need to remind Rose to have us wait for a meal next time. I rummage around for a little bit to try to find something that looks good. The boxes don't have a lot of descriptions on them, just vague labels like hearty meat or sweet treat, along with lists of anything allergy related. Are these homemade? They should really label them with something. The going theory is that there's a specific employee that makes all the food down here, but they just buy stuff from above and repackage it so there's not as much of a trail. That's the most logical thing I can come up with, and even that sounds pretty stupid. Apparently, they have a service where you can order meals for the week, but they only take orders on Sundays. I'll have to make do with some of the generic stuff until tomorrow. Oh well, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I could stand to broaden my horizons. Surely everything here is edible, right? I end up picking up the box labeled light fish and opening it. It looks like fish and rice with a little bit of what I assume is green beans. It says it takes about 5 minutes to cook. That worries me a bit, but I've seen these new microwaves work pretty well before. Grabbing another glass of water, I sit down and wait for my meal. I can't help but sprawl out on the table. It's rather cool and I'm still feeling hot after today's session. Man, if only Damien could see me now. I'm the weakest I've ever been. Maybe it's this, I guess. I almost fall asleep, but then some people walk into the break room, and I jolt up. Whoa, see, it's the ghost of the halls. I told you he was real. The dog points at me, causing what I assume are his teammates to shake their heads. Seriously? You don't have any tact. What? Y'all didn't believe me when I told you about him yesterday? It's not that we didn't believe you, it's that we already knew about Cyrus. He's not a ghost. Could fool me with that here. Since when did you know about him? Since we all attended that meeting after he got rescued. Well, we isn't the right word. You were asleep the whole time. Oh. They continue talking about me as if I'm not here, something I've gotten quite used to. Sorry about that, sir. Want to make sure he doesn't bother you. It takes me a second to figure out who Sir is. Oh, it's fine. I'm used to being got there all day. See? He's fine with it. The iguana smacks the husky's ear, causing him to growl. The hell is that for? Your annoying attitude. They start getting into a verbal argument. Reminds me of a pair I know. The bunny walks up to me. Sorry, we didn't mean to bother you. We just needed to grab some food before we head out. It's no big deal, really. Well, I appreciate it. This sends her a part of me. I'm going by Marissa right now. The two students over there are Oscar and Stan. Out of habit, I reach out and shake her paw. I'm Cyrus Cantwell. Pleasant. The bird perks her ears up and smiles. It's great to finally meet you. We've heard so many stories over the past few days. How's Tusk doing? Who? I don't know anyone by that name. Oh, damn, that's right. Hey, Oscar! She yells as if they're not right there. The husky pauses their rant against the iguana. What? What's Tusk going by now? Tusk is about to respond, but it's clear he's stumped too. He goes by Axel now. I knew it. Sure you did. Oh, Tusk must be an old code name. He's doing well. He's been taking good care of me the past several days. Well, that certainly sounds like him. We've been meaning to pop into the bar sometime, but we've been running all over the place. Speaking of, she sits past me and grabs a bunch of supplies and I'm flirting. We really gotta get going. Hopefully we will get some time off. We can talk sometime, yeah? Sure. I give her a thumbs up. She cocks her head to the right. Well, I'm going to learn. Yeah, next time. Well, alright. Come on, guys, we gotta get going. She walks between them, and that gets them to stop their arguing, but not before cursing one last time. Thankfully, the quiet returns almost as quickly as it left. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but I would appreciate some alone time. Being called sir is weird too. Wonder what they've been told about me. I guess I am considered valuable, but I wouldn't think that would imply any sort of rank. Hey, Sarah, is you there? I was so distracted I didn't notice another person standing right next to me. Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you come in. They have their hood up. I can't get a good look at their face. I just got here. Is Aaron around? No, sorry. I think he's still at work. Alright, thanks. See you later. I don't get a chance to reply as they head out. The way they walk catches my attention. I can't hear footsteps or anything. Man, there sure are a lot of weirdos around here. It really feels like home in a weird way. Wait, did he say Aaron? Even though this bathroom is pretty bare bones, the shower is still quite nice. It is awkward trying to avoid getting my stitches wet. I just tried to tilt that side of my head away from the water. Despite how cumbersome it is, the shower was much needed. I haven't sweat that much in a long time. Oh, that reminds me, I don't have a washer and dryer. I'll need to find a laundromat down here or something. CAI, are you sure you're waterproof? Yes, operator. I can be submerged for up to 48 hours before system malfunctions occur. I see. It is a bit weird to bring something like this in the shower, but I didn't feel like trying to take it off. Maybe this is why Lance didn't shower that much. I turned the water off and then dried the wet side of my hair before I brushed my teeth. Wonder if Kanto got everything for tomorrow. I feel bad not being able to help him. I gargled some water before spitting it down the drain. I'm content to relax on my bed for the rest of the evening. Hope I'm not too tired for the party tomorrow. It sounds like it would be fun. Don't know how Aaron manages a big bar like that, but he seemed to be in his element. Say I dings. New message from Aaron Cosmos. Would you like me to read it to you? Thank you, CAI. I can check them myself, of course. I set up to read the message. Hey, Cyrus, we're going to try to get the party set up at around 10 tomorrow morning. If you're feeling up to it, you can meet us at around 11:15. I'd appreciate it. The message, he ends his message with a small white tiger emoji. That's adorable. The message back, I'd be happy to help. I don't have anything planned for the next couple of days. Let me know if you need it. Anyone replies with an okay hand emoji. That's a vibe, not thumbs up. People have weird priorities due to the apocalypse. CAI, can you turn off the lights? Certainly, operator. Instantly, the lights went off, leaving me in pitch black darkness. Very handy. I don't bother getting out of my towels, instead opting to fall asleep like this. I managed to make it to the bar by myself the next day. I made sure to keep my wits about me while I walked, but it was uneventful. I barely walked through the doors before I hear Kanto curse. Why the fuck am I doing this on my Sunday? I shut the doors. He catches the dragon's attention, but he doesn't say anything. He just continues to grumble away as he mops the floors. Everyone looks sheepish behind the bar. It's weird to see the place so empty after yesterday. Busy night last night. You could say that. I'm a bit out of practice. I usually only work during the day. I'm sure you did great. From what I've seen, you're a capable leader. Well, I certainly try. Thanks for coming out. We got some setting out to do later. Do you need any help? And then he jumps as the hooded stranger from yesterday seemingly appears out of nowhere. Wait, what are you doing here? Is it weird for me to show up to my own party? Well, yes, you shouldn't have to do any work for it, at least. Then you want it to be a surprise? I think he'll be very surprised. The stranger rests against the bar, watching the angry dragon sweep up last night's spilled drinks. He has a soft smile on his face. Oh, I think I get it. I turn to Aaron. He signals for me to keep quiet. Hey, Wing. What? The dragon looks like he's about to break the mop in half. He heaves for a moment before putting two and two together. He doesn't break the mop, but he does throw it to the side and starts running to us. The man next to me takes his hood off and walks to meet him, getting scooped up in a big hug almost immediately. Talon, you're home. That I am. Sorry I took so long. But, you're kinda crushing me. Kinda doesn't loosen up, even while Silver passes back. Billy. Yes. I can tell they're enjoying it. Kinda lets him down for a moment, but not before peppering Silver's face with kisses. The sight warms even my cold and artificial heart. Wow, I haven't known Wing along. I can tell they're enjoying it. Kinda lets him down for a moment, but not before peppering Silver's face with kisses. The sight warms even my cold and artificial heart. Wow, I haven't known Wing long, but I didn't think he could be so loving. Emma leans in closer to me. He's been gone for almost 4 months. It's been a while since he was away for so long. I see, well, I'm happy they're together again. It's nice to see that it is. It might be my imagination, but I think there's a twinge of sadness in his response. When did you get back? 2 days ago, but I needed some time to unpack everything and meet with the boss. He gestures over to Aaron. Plus, I wanted to make sure to keep his surprise party a surprise. This was your idea? Well, sorta. I thought it would be a good way to decompress after the past few months. I could definitely use some of that. Mr. Go okay? You didn't get hurt, didn't you? He circles around the foster a bit worried. Cut me some slack. No, I didn't get hurt. Everything went off without a hitch. It just took a really long time to set it all up. He cracks his neck and tries to loosen up. Definitely the most annoying hit I've done yet. According to the boss, I should start their plans for the rest of the year. I blinked. That's impressive. A hit, huh? Who did he kill? The boss notices me staring at him. What about you, Silas? Are you holding up well? More or less, happily be out of that hellhole. I can relate. Just stick with them. They'll keep you safe. Absolutely. Yeah, enough about work. We should get this party started. It's later this afternoon. Then consider it pre-game, my treat. Just make sure to enjoy yourself later. Oh, you don't need to worry about that, hon. I know I will. Connor picks Silver up from behind. This causes the fox to flare a little. Hey, you know I don't like being picked up. Just this once. It's been far too long. Babe. The two lovebirds moved down the bar and get to chatting, catching up on everything for the past 2 months. Aaron chuckles and I can't help but smile. They're good for each other. Well, Cyrus, you want to get anything to drink before we finish setting up? I could try to make you that Long Island drink you mentioned. I did a little research last night to try to recreate it. Oh, that's very thoughtful of you, Aaron. You know what? Sure, that would be great, Aaron. Thanks. No trouble at all, Cyrus. If I know those two lovebirds at all, they'll want to share a cocktail together. This will just take a second. The tiger starts whipping up everyone's orders with a great deal of flair. He's really good out on his feet. Despite what they do for work, they find time to have moments of levity. I could learn a thing or two from them. Aaron interrupts my inner monologue by sliding my drink into my peripheral. Here you are, old valued customer. I hope you like it, but let me know if it tastes awful or anything. I chuckle before grabbing the drink. This time it has a green umbrella. Thanks, Aaron. Cheers. Cheers. We all bring our drinks together with a clink before I take a solid swig. I smack my lips a few times. Ah, yep, that's alcohol, right? Well, how is it? It's alcohol, but it tastes good, so you definitely made it right. Phew, glad to hear it. I made a few last night, but they all smell strange. You didn't taste them? No, I can only handle Wilson drinks, being cat and all. Alright, I definitely know a thing or two about that. I saw imagining Aaron drunk after just a few sips of cocktails, but I like him, wouldn't want to be the one to help him home, that's for sure. So what else do you need us to do for the day? Well, let me think. Aaron says it's only take a couple of hours to set up everything for the party. He tells me that Rose is going to show up in about an hour to do most of the heavy lifting. I think I'll leave the cling to Aaron. I think I'll leave the cling to Ring and Talon. Talon's pretty good at that. Probably comes with his line of work. Why don't I show you around to get you familiar with the place? It'll be hard to do so once everyone shows up. So lead the way. Gladly, follow me. And now I get off on my stool. There's a hint of pride in his voice. After seeing the crowd yesterday, he has the right to be proud of himself. I'll stop right here. So we got to meet a lot of new characters in this chapter. Those three people there, they go on missions, apparently, so they seem to look the type of people who look on missions, those kind of like, those clothes, they look kind of like military, like, clothes that they wear, or what the organization uses for their people to use when they go out on missions. So they seem to have the appearance of that, those three. The husky was kind of like twitting sounds like he wasn't there. The iguana basically reprimanded him for being rude, and the bunny was friendly and introduced herself, and Cyrus was friendly back to her and introduced himself. And we also got to meet Silver. So when we first heard him, while Cyrus was in his break room, he talked to Cyrus like he knew him somehow. And I wonder how he knew Cyrus, how he knew his name, but I think that group that those three people mentioned, one of them mentioned that they had some meeting about Cyrus. So I guess, I don't know, maybe that's how Silver knew Cyrus. But anyway, Um, Silver turns out is. It seems like he's Wing's boyfriend. I'm not sure, but as soon as Wing saw Silver, he ran right to him and he had a big smile on his face, and they started kissing each other. And Silver called him babe, and they're really close. And we got to see a whole different side of Wing. He was very happy to see Silver, and he seems to be a bit more friendly towards Cyrus now because he's calling him Cy now. It's a short name, so he certainly is getting used to Cyrus. It's a good thing. And Cyrus, he's gonna need a lot of physical therapy. He's gonna need more of it with Rose. And I certainly enjoyed that part when she gave him the physical therapy, and while they were in her office, she talked about her feelings towards Lance, and the fact that she just has pity on him. She doesn't really hate him. She just real bad for him. She has pity on him. She just thinks he's pathetic, and he is. Lance is pathetic. So yeah. So apparently, Erwin is very close to Xavier, who is this human. He's in Resum somewhere because he fled once, and then Lance sold him to Resum, so Resum put him in a special location where he wouldn't be able to escape. So Erwin is still very sad that he lost Xavier, and to him, Cyrus reminds him of Xavier, which is the reason why I believe he really likes Cyrus a lot and is very overprotective of him. So next time we'll start chapter 11. Thank y'all very much for watching. Bye.